Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for coming back to watch me do my thing, whatever the thing is. So on today's video, we are going to be making a skirt pattern, but I first want to thank the subscriber who made this like possible, who gave the suggestion that this should be done. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a skirt for a smaller person, but I just want you to know that it's the same like thing you're supposed to use. So these are all the tools we're going to be using for today's video. Let's get started. So first you want to take your the biggest part of your body measurement. So on the downside of your body, your biggest part is going to be your hip. So you want to divide your hip by 4, and whatever you get is what you get. So I've gotten that now, and that whole space there is going to be for allowances later. So first things you want to do after getting your fold is to remove your band. So if you want to use the same material you're using, of course you want to do that. So you want to just take out 2 inches for the band, and then you can cut that out later, or you can just ignore the fact that that is there, do your measurements and then cut the band after you've done the measurements for your skirt. But I just wanted to show you this because this is like the simplest way to get your band in check. So now we're going to do our waist measurement divided by 4. Remember, this is for a smaller person, but you can also do this for yourself. Just use your measurement instead of what I'm using here right now. So we're going to do that, and then we'll add 1 inch for that allowance, and then 1.5 inch for sewing allowance on this part. So you can also like go and recheck, like make sure everything is where it's supposed to be, because sometimes things can get out of hand and you don't want that for yourself. So the next thing we're going to do is do our measurements from our waist to our hip, the differences. So because this is for a smaller person, we're going to be doing it a 4. It's for a child, but for an adult, sometimes from your waist to your hip could be 7, it could be 8, depending on how big or small you are. So on this line now, on that dot there, that's where we'll be taking our hip measurement. That's our round hip measurement. I'm going to divide that by 4. Whatever you get, put that down on the paper, and then add 1 inch for seam allowance and 1.5 inch for sewing allowance. You guys, you're coming here with me, right? So if you've gotten to this part of the video, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you understand or what you don't understand. When all I can is thinking. So we're going to use our curved ruler now. That's our French curve, to just put those points together. And now from that length, from that place you like marked out your 2 inches, you want to just go down from there and get your length. You guys, your length is no longer coming from the top of the line, it's now coming from the bottom of the line. So you saw what I did there. I did a length 13, and then I added 1 more inch. That's 14 for folding allowance. You always need folding allowance. You can make your folding allowance 2 inches, you can make it 1/2 inch, depending on you. Really, you could do that. Then you want to do this now. So you want to take your hip measurement and divide it by 1. So remember, your hip measurement was divided by 4, but now for you to get your knee measurement, the simplest way to do it is wherever you've gotten your hip measurement divided by 4, you go down by 1 inch. Like, let's say your hip measurement, you did everything, all the maths, and then you got 4 out of it. When you go down, you're going down by 3. So you mark 3 on that line, put your 1 inch for seam allowance and 1.5 inch for sewing allowance. Hope you guys are getting this, because I'm enjoying this, so I hope you're enjoying it as well. Okay, so now we're going to draw a straight line to connect all those lines together. Even if you're gone, I will remember. So that's everything for the front part. I'm just going to leave this here for a while before I cut so you can actually look through and see. So you guys cut exactly how I cut, band out first and then through the lines. So this is it. Now I'm going to show you how to get your that so you don't get confused. So you divide your waist measurement by 8 this time around, and whatever you get for this person, I'm going to put the exact measurement that I got here, but I just narrowed it down to 4, and then I just marked it. So that's how you get your that measurement. Divide your waist measurement or your waistline measurement by 8, and that's how to get what you're looking for. And then you just make a notch there so that you don't forget that that's where your that stays. And I'm just going to open this and show you that, yeah, that's where the that be staying. So now we're going to do the back, you guys, and if you don't know, we're going to trace. But first things first, we are going to get our zip line allowance. I'm going to say that again, zip line allowance. Like, okay, for some people they use 2 inches, some people can use 1 inch, but I prefer to use 1.5. Number one, it depends on how much material you have. Number two, it's just safer. It's just being on the safe side. You can use 2 inches, you can use 1.5, you can use 1. It depends on you. So after doing that, you remember that 2 inches that we took off for the band, we're also going to do that for this because the back too is going to have a band. Every night. Okay, so we're done doing that. That's like the most important thing for the back right now. So you're going to place the front on the line. You're not going across the line, you're not going over the line. You're going to place it on top of the line for the zipper allowance, and then you just trace over. That's how you get the back of anything, really, except if you want to make the back look different. But that's how to get the back of the skirt. So after doing that, of course, you're wondering, how am I going to get the back that? So it's the same thing. You just measure your waist and then divide it by 8. So now you're going to take either the front, and then you remember that place you notched, you can easily just mark it if you want to be lazy, or if you don't really have the time, or you could just do your waist measurement divided by 8, place it after. You see what I'm doing there? It's on top of the line for the zipper allowance. You're not going above, you're just going to be on top of the line, and then you get what you're looking for. So you mark out your 4 there, make sure it's visible so you can see it, and then you place back your front to see that the both darts are in the same place. You see what I'm saying, right? So we've done that. You could do it any other way, but this is the best way to do it. And then we're going to also notch this so you don't forget where your dart goes. Okay guys, so we're going to separate this now, but you have to be very careful with this because you don't want any mishaps or anything like that. So we're going to measure for the zip side where the zip is going to stop. So for this I'm giving it 5 because it's a smaller person, but for a bigger person you could do 7, or you can just go down by 2 inches from where the dart stops and then mark it out. That's where the zip is going to stop for this person, and then we're just going to measure from there to wherever you want the overlapping to be. I just wanted to show you guys like how to do the skirt. Is either you just close it all the way or you give it an overlapping. So now it's opened, you can see. So this is the final product, you guys. This is the front and the back and the bands. On my next video I'm going to be showing you guys how to properly cut a skirt and sew. You guys, please do not forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, turn on notification bells so you'll be notified when I post a new video. Don't forget to love yourself because I love you. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, you guys. Bye.